A group of data analysts are speaking out about irregularities recorded with mail-in voting. One America's Rion has more.
Voter fraud has been dismissed by the left as a mythical fantasy, an impossibility that, even if it occurred, takes place by such minuscule margins that it doesn't matter in a general election. Peter Holler, a Pennsylvania attorney and lobbyist, tells One American News he's building bridges between former Trump campaign data analyst Matt Braynard and statistical analysts. What they found was stunning in scale.
We've actually found striking anomalies in the mail ballot data, as you can imagine, and particularly in the swing states. One of the most interesting things I could say is that the president foresaw this with great clarity when he warned people. He said, if you're going to mail in a ballot, you should check your vote. The reality is he was warning people that your mail ballot might not get there. We now have data, statistically significant samples across the swing states, all of them except Nevada. And in every one of those states, we've got an extraordinary number of people who literally their mail ballot got lost. And you may wonder, we certainly didn't poll or sample, the entire population of mail ballots that have not been returned. But when you get a significant enough sample, 1,500 people or so, and then you ask them, did you mail your ballot back? And 500 of those people say they did, but they're still showing as not having returned it. Well, if 1/3 of the pool has mailed back the ballot and it's showing as not returned, when you then analyze the size of the pool, and you say, well, hey, there's 150,000 unreturned ballots, and you're saying 1/3 of them didn't actually get mailed back? Well, that is actually evidence of widespread fraud in that state.
The statistical analysis under the direction of Matt Braynard is being backed up by phone call verification, according to Holler, across Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, and Michigan.
And so here I'm acting as a bridge. I'm finding the experts. I'm spotting in Matt's data opportunities to analyze deeper. I mean, frankly, the anomalies are so striking, or the idea that 1/3 of unreturned ballots are actually people who returned their ballots. They just never got counted. Those numbers are so big that I immediately said these are going to be statistically significant. Let me go find a professor who can actually complete this.
Holler has recruited statisticians and mathematicians to further break down the likelihoods of these numbers happening so consistently across the swing states. The preliminary conclusions they have submitted thus far conclusively point to widespread irregularities, enough to alter the fate of an entire election. More concerning, says Holler, is the widespread instances of mail-in ballots being sent to voters who never ordered them in the first place. These voters show up to their polling stations and were turned away because they were told they had already voted. Holler says the data being compiled now, combined with affidavits, prove that widespread voter irregularities is not a myth. It is real and can be backed up by statistical evidence in a court of law. The question is, will any lawmakers or judges have the spine to listen? Rion, One American News, the White House.